Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today checking out some Buxton beer. It's been a while, but we got some vintage Buxton beer, courtesy of Jay and Linda, who was kind enough to pass this along to me during NBCC last year in 2021. And this vintage beer, man, it's awesome. I love it's fun to crack vintage bottles, and this is 5 years old. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. This was bottled on the 16th of January 17, and we got March 2022 now. So, but it smells so far like this has been sitting or aging quite well in the bottle. So thanks a ton to Jay and Linda for this one. But before we jump into the beer, as you might see by either the title or in the thumbnail, I'm coming back to the UK. It's been years since I've been to the UK, and more specifically, I'm coming to Leeds. You know, I already talked a little bit about, in a previous video, not wanting to do much work related things on the channel because I kind of want to keep it a bit separate. Just because, I have a financial interest in my job because it's my paycheck. But I work at a Danish brewery as a brewer called Bad Seed Brewing. We're two people at the moment working in production, the owner, Flyke, and me. And Flyke's been in a few videos, whatever, we tasted some hype beers. But we were actually invited to come brew a collaboration beer with Northern Monk in Leeds. And when you're seeing this video, we're going this week. We're leaving on Thursday. And I thought it would be fun to do a vlog or something, but I have so much beer to review. It's crazy. There's a lot of beer in the cellar at the moment. So I thought I'd mention it in a review instead. But it's going to be real fun. I don't know if I can talk about what we're doing yet, but maybe I'll do some video over there, bring the camera, we'll see. But yeah, that's going to be crazy fun. Again, like, I haven't been to the UK in so long, and to do a beer with Northern Monk is pretty crazy, man. That's so cool. It's going to be so much fun. I haven't been really involved in the recipe, but I'm tagging along anyways, which is nice. So yeah, that's going to be really fun. So if any of you guys, are interested in the beer we're brewing and whatnot, keep an eye out on Northern Monks and Bad Seed Brewing's Facebook pages, even though I don't want to plug my work too much, but I think it's amazing to get to go brew a beer with such a famous brewer. So I'm really stoked on that. So yeah, next week, I'll be in Leeds and also London. I think we'll fly to London, but yeah, it's gonna be great fun. I don't know in terms of meeting up and doing videos and all this stuff. We'll see. Like, it'd be really fun to shoot videos. And another crazy thing as well. Like, I usually go to NBCC with the blog and have like a blog or a press pass or whatever and shoot videos and whatnot. But we also got invited with the brewery, so it's like, well, I'm gonna have to do NBCC videos of some sort, but I also still, want to be pouring and serving the beers and serving some of the beers, that I helped create. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But we're going to go into this beer and check it out. It smells great from here. So, when they released this, they did this, I think it was the same time as Sound of Isla, where they did these Scotch whiskey barrel aged stouts. They did a lot of different stuff. There was this, there was the Sound of Isla, there was Kentucky Woods, which was bourbon, but it's a 10.5 unfiltered and unpasteurized natural, as it says, Imperial stout in Scotch whiskey barrels. I'm taking it's Highland barrels because it's called Highland, and it's got water, barley, oats, wheat, and hops, and then it's 5 years old. So, man, I'm stoked on this. I can smell the barrel character already, and pouring it out, it looked fairly rich. So let's check it out. Pours a pitch black color in the glass. Really, really nice looking tan head on there. It looks like a nice Imperial stout. That's all I gotta say. Let's check out the aroma. Ooh, yeah, that is definitely showing a little bit of signs of age, but it's not too crazy bad. Like, it's starting to get some sherry and port vibes, but it's not like all port wine or something like that. There is that mineral, slightly fruity Scotch whiskey aroma. I think some of the fruitiness could also be due to age, but it's so much different than bourbon. It's not that like crazy fudgy caramel toffee like thing. It's more like this rustic, kind of spicy, woody, stewed, fruity barrel aroma. Like, it smells like Scotch, if you ever smelled Scotch that's not smoked. Like a Highland whiskey or Speyside, whatever, I'm by no means a whiskey expert. But it smells like something like that, but with a layer of oxidative flair. And it is porty, sherry like. There's a hint of dark fruit, charry, roasty malt. It really smells like a slightly more sweeter new school or old school Imperial Stout. There's a bit of a soy saucy thing too. Umami. It smells really good. I'm even getting a slight hint of smoke. Oh, and like really charry, ashy, roasty malt too. Yeah, it smells quite old school. It smells like it held up really well. It's so fun to try vintage beers, and this you can smell it instantly. It's aged so well. It also smells like there's been some kind of a hop character to it, actually. Let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Jay and Linda for the beer. Wow, that's aged well. Really, really, really well. I don't know how you kept this, Jay, but that's aged really well. It's really old money stout though. Like it's really roasty, it's really charry, burnt, roasty, but it's velvety and full as well. It's not that kind of crazy sweet, fudgy, intense Imperial stout. It's got lots of licorice to it as well. And then like loads of that like I think it's like a stewed, fruity, charry, woody, spicy, woody whiskey flavor. It's not. There is a smokiness, but I think it's more of like a charry, roasty malt smokiness. It's not like peat smoke or meaty smoke or something like that. I think I even sense a bit of the oat still too. There's like a little bit of a fluffy sweetness to it. Really, fairly high carbonation too, actually, which is no, it's all right, but it's so roasty on the after. Really, really roasty, like deep roast, almost giving me throwbacks to Hop and Frog and their Boris Doris and all those beers, because it's heavily roasted. Like it's so rare you see that nowadays, which is actually quite nice. Bits of dark fruit too in there, stewed, kind of dark fruity, porty, raisiny vibes, but it's not like loads. Like it's it's really well balanced. I'm getting a bit of smokiness. I can't. I'm really. I think it is like heavy roast smokiness, like a really charry, burnt, roasty malt. Like man, it's awesome to drink stuff that is heavily roasty. And as I said, there's like a fruity hop character. It's kind of like a generic. You can taste it hop. It's hops, but it's not necessarily like distinguishable what it is. It just seems like this might have had a high IBU content and whatnot. Like because it's also fairly bitter. It's not nothing too much. But there's definitely some bitterness to it. But it's really round, really refined. This is aged really well. Really, really, really well. And you can definitely see, like, just drinking this, what's happened on the beer scene in the last 5 years. Like, most brewers have gravitated far away from this, or at least, like, it's not as heavy on the roast profile. Depending on where you go, I mean, okay, something like Medianoche, if we're taking hype beer, it is quite roasty, but that's also something that's boiled for crazy amounts of time. But this is really good. Like this is really like often when you have beer in Highland whiskey barrels, I feel like they just lack a bit of sweetness. They get too like really minerality. They get too minerally and like dry and whatnot, but it works in this, and I don't know if it's the age on top, but it drinks really nicely. And 10.5%, you can't taste it at all. There's maybe even a hint of like a wine gummy licoricey thing, but it's like it's not too much at all. It's everything is crazy well balanced. I'm even getting like blackcurrant. Like there's so much going on, but it just tastes really good. That's really nice. What do we grade this? I kind of want to give it a like I'm debating 94 or 95. I don't know if I feel like it's world class. It feels unique, even though it's not, maybe it's not crazy unique. It's just because it's aged, it's well aged, and then loads of beers nowadays are sweeter or fudgier. But like having a beer that's this robust and hefty and tasty without just like crazy amounts of sweetness is actually quite nice. There is sweetness, And there is a bit of like really dark, maybe molasses or something. And also like tobacco-y, charry, ashy vibes. Like, yeah, tobacco. Definitely pipe tobacco or something like that. Yeah, it's really old money beer, actually. But beefy old money beer. It's drinking really well. I could totally solo this bottle on my own too, like no problem. It's a sipper and it's beer to savor, but I think it's a long time since I've had a beer that's been like this age in terms of Imperial Stout that's aged this well. Like Imperial Stouts can be like, it depends on what it is, but this is just a basic. It's just a stout in barrels. It's not got all kinds of crazy weird stuff going on, like adjuncts and whatnot. And that might be why it's just aged really well. But yeah, that does it for the review of Buxton Brewery's Highland, a Scotch whiskey barrel aged Imperial Stout from 10.5%. It's tasty stuff. If you guys had a chance to try this one, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Jay and Linda for sharing this one sharing this one with me. God damn it, what's going on with my English? And I'm gonna say cheers and thanks a ton for watching. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm gonna say cheers. Also check out the social media jazz and see you guys in another beer review.